Yeah, this was a really good movie.
The movie you're making me watch today on Making Me Watch Movies is 1963's 62's Harakiri, directed by Mr. Masaki Kobayashi.
Yes.
Jake's favorite movie of all time.
It is. It might be up there. It's a fucking great movie.
Is it
a
your
word.
top 10?
Give
Is
me a
your
word.
Top 10?
I'm not sure. We'll get there. After we talk, I'll feel better about my placements in the ranks. Overall, top 10 of my life, probably not, but I think it's like my favorite samurai movie. It's got to be my favorite samurai movie. It's great. Here's my words.
It's a good samurai movie.
Well told, because it was a great story, and I liked how it was executed, how the story unfolded.
Mm-hmm.
Well told is my phrase or words.
Yeah, it was a real twist machine. I felt like I was watching a Shyamalan movie. Jake?
I
mean, Schwartz,
I agree that it was well told. Well, my word is honor. That's my word. And
that's a weird word.
But it was
for this movie.
It was long, but it was a pretty interesting movie.
My word's suicidal, because that's how I felt while watching this movie.
But once it was all done, once it was all said and done, after you got Shyamalan a couple of times, how'd you feel? Or were you just over it?
What do you mean? Like, because I was joking when I said it was like a Shyamalan movie. There was no twists and turns. I mean, I guess there was
some reveals.
There were some reveals, but it wasn't like they're taking you one way and showing you another. He wasn't dead the whole time. This wasn't. I mean, for 1962, yeah, it was probably like the craziest twist and turn movie of like, what is it, the fourth movie ever made right after Citizen Kane?
I think it's the 37.
It's made in
37. Yeah, 17 more films after Citizen Kane. Yeah, it was this one.
You're right. There was like the end had substance. It made the movie better. The last, like, what you want to say what the movie is, or you want to tell what the movie is about?
Yes. Yeah. Let's break.
Samurais, Japan, suicides.
It's samurais. It's Ronins. So the movie starts out with this guy.
What's a Ronin? He's just a lone samurai, right?
It's essentially a former samurai in a way. A samurai is kind of more like a soldier, like part of like a unit. A Ronin's like once like the unit's like disbanded, or sometimes it's when they're like kicked out. So it's like
Ronin. The definition of Ronin is the samurai without a master. That's the true definition of a Ronin.
Oh, the true definition.
Yeah.
Did you get that from Merriam or Webster?
I got it from Google.
Yeah. So yeah, it's the lone samurai. It doesn't have the master. They're on their own essentially at this point. And at this time in the world, this was like I think it was 1630, where the feudal Japan was slightly coming to an end. So there's this whole allotment of samurais that no longer have a purpose because they're no longer fighting. They just basically no longer have a job.
Copy you.
And so it turns out like a lot of these samurais just don't have anything to do. They got no money. So this movie starts out with this guy going to this council saying he wants to commit harikiri, which is like ritualistic suicide at this temple, because this is like a sacred, whatever temple. I know it's like high-ranking samurais and officials are staying there.
Does it start with this? Because it kind of happens twice. Is the first guy Tsukumo, or was the first guy Matome?
It was Hanshiro. Hanshiro was the first guy that goes in, and then they tell him the story of Motomi, and they tell him about how this kid came in. He wanted to do the harikiri, and he didn't he didn't actually have a sword because he apparently already sold the sword, or what they didn't know, he already sold the sword, but he had just a bamboo sword.
Yeah.
So
Well, apparently there had been these kinds of I don't want to call them like snake oils. No, I mean, there are Ronins that are coming to essentially live off of their samurai place.
Well, they give
free
them
without
like
killing.
yeah, they
Yeah,
give
they've
them
been
like
given
money or
handouts.
food. They
Yeah.
give them money or food or like handout. Exactly.
They kind of been
They're
given
pretending.
handouts. They're not necessarily pretending, all of them, I think, but that's essentially what we come to learn.
There's
that
been
the first
there's
guy
been
was doing.
There's been a bunch of these Ronins coming in and acting like they were going to commit suicide just to live off of the samurai house or whatever.
And then they get a handout. They don't want like too much dishonor going and affecting the communities. They don't want all these Ronins killing themselves. So they're trying to help them out up until this guy comes along, and they tell him the story about, oh, the last guy that was here, he asked for, we offered him, or he wanted a handout or whatever, and we just told him, he's got to do the suicide. Actually, I don't think he had never asked for the handout. He went in there thinking he was going to maybe get one, but we don't know that yet.
We don't really know his intentions. We don't know his intentions. Even they find out that, like you said, he had bamboo swords instead of actual swords. So to them, that was like, this guy was never gonna do it. He just came for handouts, and he is asking for a reprise or whatever he was calling it.
He tried to leave for a couple
few days, and I'll be back.
Yeah, he wanted to go visit his wife.
At that point, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, this guy's just there for the handout.
Yeah, so they kind of like smell that he's trying to scam them, which he essentially was.
I mean, they forced that dude to do it. They basically make fun of him until he just gives in and fucking does what he said he came there to do, which is crazy.
They weren't gonna let him leave without.
No way.
Yeah, because he was not gonna admit like, oh, I just came for money. He kind of had to just play along and end up having to do it. But he basically did it with the bamboo sword, which was like torturing himself. Like he could barely cut himself. They even make the joke like the bamboo sword couldn't even cut tofu. So he's trying to stab himself, disembowel himself with.
And if anybody knows what can cut tofu,
it's me, Jake. Dude. I can do that shit with my finger, bro.
Blade fingers.
Yeah, blade fingers.
Good old blade fingers.
Freddy Krueger over here.
Yeah. Chubby Blades, baby.
Chubby Blade. That'd be your name. Chubby Blade.
Oh my
God.
His name's Jake the Snake, Macho Man, Savage Anthony.
Jake the Macho. Yeah, Jake the Macho. Anyway.
Well, that's just a bunch of names of people who already exist turned into one. Why would that be his name?
That's true. That's true. That is
like it's like Tyson Fury.
You saw right through that.
Like Tyson Fury.
Damn it, he knew it.
Caught right on.
Damn it, he knows who Macho Man Savages.
He knows who Macho Man and Jake the Snake and Jake Plissken all are. Shit.
Wait, who's Jake the Snake? Oh, Jake the I forgot Jake the Snake's arrested.
Snake and then Snake Plissken.
Snake Plissken. That's right.
So wait, but time out though. So this movie is really good. This movie is like a story that could be told. That could be told like very plainly and like 100% just like
which it was.
A to B to C. No. It was cool because I really liked the beginning when he went there and like he chose those three dudes, none of them were available, and you were just like, oh, what's this fucking guy doing? Like, thought that was pretty interesting. I was like, and it's shot so fucking well. It's one of the best shot movies I've ever seen in my life. Like, there were some ridiculous camera movements, ridiculous fucking shots in this movie. Like, it was absolutely beautiful. Ridiculous.
Which ridiculous ones?
See, I knew this was going to happen, and as I was watching it, I was going, I should be jotting down the times of each one of these shots, but I didn't do that because there are at least 13 of them where I could have
like the one that comes to mind is when they actually, like, one of the first times you see a fight, which is in the last 10 minutes of the goddamn movie.
It's what. All right, keep going. Sorry, go ahead.
No, the one that when the second person that he kills, or not kills, but takes the top knot from, when he comes to him, he's like, this is not a place where we can duel. Let us duel out in the. This just makes me want to watch Tarantino. That's all this does. This just makes me want to watch Tarantino. This is like a shitty Tarantino movie. That's what this is. It's like I could see where I could see the influence, and I could see like it's like watching a fucking Sergio Leone movie compared to a goddamn Clint Eastwood movie. It's like it's different and it's better. It's just a better take on the situation.
The thing is that I think that you grew up on Tarantino, and he makes good shit. So you're seeing your first glimpse into this world was through him. So you're biased to that. I don't think that's like super purposely. It's just kind of subliminally. You're just biased by to that.
Yeah, I think
it
this
is
can easily
better
become a
though. Like
masterpiece.
Tarantino's movies are.
This movie was
You'd
pretty
rather
damn
watch
epic,
a Tarantino
though.
movie, though, right?
Like I mean, yes. Would I rather watch Kill Bill 1 or 2 or as a whole? Yeah, but that's one of the best movies ever fucking made right there. This is a great movie though, and even the camera movements when he's just in there talking to these guys. Some of the fucking shots from above overlooking the thing where they're all sitting there and the frame of the buildings in there.
I agree.
The slow fucking slides through people, and like sometimes it's on a guy and then it'll fucking just like whip pan to another fucking guy. Like it was just really awesome.
I mean, the pans were just awful. The pans and zoom, I mean, I get
it looks great
in 1900s, but
it's only 1962. Wasn't that long ago?
What do you mean? Like, what do you mean they look great? The shakiness or the shitty like jump zooms or like what looked great? It was cool.
None of that.
The style was cool.
It was cool, exactly.
Like there were not smooth camera movements. They were very like maybe I was purposefully, but like I don't know.
No, I don't think it was
like someone just
I think
handed on there. It was like someone was doing this. Like there was no. It was just
no. It was much more. Watch
it. It's shaky as fuck.
Much more epic than that. No,
like,
some of them were.
Someone's doing this.
Some of them were, but not all of them. Some of them were.
Fucking
not all
having
a
seizure while they're fucking.
No, you're looking like you're shooting Jason Bourne over there.
That's what it looked like. That's what it looked like. Those big pans. I'm not against it, but I was just watching. I was like, couldn't they steady this shit up?
Some of it was like that, I'll admit, but dude, this was a beautifully shot movie. And then the end fight, when the end duel, when like they're walking around and the grass is just blowing and like they're moving, like that was fucking epic. That was some epic fucking shit.
The last 10 minutes
clouds,
of the movie,
dude. Those clouds look sick.
Yeah. I think this movie was really good in that it took things that were relevant at the time, with like these fucking samurais that were supposedly going there and lying about wanting to do something that is sacred in the samurai tradition just to gain either money or land or food from it. Like, I think that was probably a big thing back then. So this is just something that touched on a pretty like historic thing in samurai culture. 60s? That's another reason why I think this, no, not in the 60s.
Well,
this movie fucking took place.
World War II Japan. This was,
True.
like only less than a couple decades removed from that. So they had the effects there. There was definitely like a division of wealth. That was expressed in this film a lot, and even that stuff can be relevant to today, and like the handouts, the what's like people trying to get welfare, these higher powers trying to not let them get the welfare, things like that. It can be all looked at in a political way, and there's a lot to this movie. Like it's a lot of depth.
They're from Hiroshima too.
What?
They're from Hiroshima.
Yeah, they said that a couple times.
Tsukumo and Matome. So yeah, I mean, he goes there. He says he wants to commit suicide. He asks for a second, which is the guy that will chop your head off as soon as you've done the ritual. You've completed the ritual part of the suicide, or of the harakiri.
I think it's once he's disemboweled, so he doesn't like sit there and like sit in pain,
suffer.
This dude chops his head off.
Because apparently in samurai culture, the spirit is in the stomach, which is why they do that. So you have to release the spirit, and then you can be dispatched via the head. But there's something else. There's another word for that specific way of going. I feel like harakiri is
like seppuku or something like that. But
harakiri is like
it's an
interchangeable Ronin out by himself committing the suicide, whereas the sakumu or whatever that is.
I think the harikiri is more ritualistic, and the seppuku is more just like a suicide kind of thing. I could be wrong by that, but I think that's what it is.
Yeah,
but I think they're fairly interchangeable. Yeah, exactly. So that's, and then sorry to interrupt, but you
got a gong right there.
Is that what that is?
I guess this microphone stand is loud, which
very
is
gongy. It's not loud. It just sounded like you hit a fucking gong. It's pretty rad. It's good sound. Have you guys seen the Ronin 4D?
Ronins?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thing's rad.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
Speaking of Ronins,
Right. I haven't seen it, but I'll check it out.
you haven't seen the new
I don't
Ronin?
think so. I don't think so.
It's like all in one camera.
It's like
Okay.
completely different. They
I'll
yeah,
do that.
it's they threw a camera on it as like
All right.
anyway, back to Ronins.
Back to other Ronins. So
This-
so the original guy basically reveals that he knows the guy that they were talking about. He knew the dude that was there before, and we come to learn that it's actually his son-in-law.
Yeah. After they essentially threaten him with that story, telling them how bad.
Well, that's the
Yeah.
thing too. You got to set up
him.
too. Is this dude asked for 3 people to assist in his death, and all 3 of those people are sick, or so they say.
Yeah.
And then this dude proceeds to tell a story, which
Yeah.
is like, I guess the first, I think,
Oh,
Jake's Shyamalan
right.
twist to a samurai movie is that like, oh, they're gonna
No,
sit here and
Shyamalan.
listen to this guy's
It was
fucking
Shyamalan
this
as
guy's
a
fucking
complete
story. Well, you love Shyamalan, so we'll keep saying it. 'Cause you how much you
I
love
do
him.
love Shyamalan.
So, big reveal, big twist. The other guy is this guy's son-in-law. Bum, bum, bum.
But I think it's important to note that they used that story as a threat. Like they made
They
that
did.
story sound bad to him on purpose, and he didn't give it away until he asked for the first guy. The first messenger goes away, and he was like, "Hey, instead of chilling here in silence, let me tell you a little fucking story, bruh."
Yeah. So yeah, that was a good little setup. He bought himself some time so he could start laying down the facts.
First guy, sick, fever, won't even be seen.
Mhm.
Second guy, gone 4 or 5 days. Don't know
Yeah.
where he is. Also ill.
Mhm.
Third guy, fucking same story. So he has all this time to tell his little story
Yeah.
before the second is
Yeah.
commissioned.
Yes.
I read that the 2 actors, the guy who played the main dude and the guy who played the counselor, were at odds with each other because one of them wanted to be like have them like talking all loud and like getting crazy screaming with each other, and the other guy wanted to be more of like a calmer, just like approach of them like speaking it out. And like they had to stop production for 3 days because those dudes couldn't figure it out, and then they finally figured it out,
Wow.
which is pretty awesome. Yeah. I read that on IMDb, but that's pretty hilarious.
They were both really good. They both had very dominating like presences. So I'm sure that's what they were trying to just go for. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
Sick
top dog.
wigs.
Couple alpha boys.
Yeah.
How come Japanese people love suicide?
No, dude,
Honorable.
it's
That's my word was honorable.
It's
This is all about
honorable?
honor, this movie.
This movie
Yeah, it's like honorable for them to, well, samurais at least, it's honorable for them to go out like as a sacrifice of themselves than it is to like be a fucking like be a douchebag, you know?
Yeah, I mean that's I guess.
Well, they also the kamikazes. You got to reflect on that.
That's
and
what I'm thinking.
It's kind of like another comment about like the time periods that they were in. And I think, I think this movie calls out the contradictions of this honorable code and all this shit.
Oh yeah.
Like
Well,
hard,
because
like
they were even talking about how modern day at that time, harikiri isn't even done the way it was saying. They give you, instead of a knife, they give you a fan. You ritualistically wave it around, and then second cuts your head off immediately. It's not even suicide anymore.
yeah. So yeah, it's not even like a norm anymore.
It's just ritual, but it's still like they're still going out the honorable way. It's just a ritual. They don't have to suffer anymore. But I mean, come on, pussies. If you're going to go, you better go. Rip them bowels out. Get that spirit free. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go
That
on.
would be crazy to have to do that to yourself, man. That's some hardcore shit.
Could you do that?
No, I could not do that.
So you have no honor?
I guess in samurai's eyes, I have no honor. but
In
you know
samurais?
what? In samurais, I got no honor. But you know what? Fuck samurais.
Joe, wow. Jeez. Sorry to all the samurais listening. Jake, would
Hey,
you
listen, samurais,
you
get over
possibly
it, all right?
I don't
commit
Get over it.
seppuku?
Not that way. No, that'd be no.
Oh, but you're into suicide. Would you go to the forest in Japan?
Maybe.
Interesting.
Wait, you would
Maybe.
kill yourself? You think you could actually kill yourself?
Probably not.
I can't.
But-
I know I can't. I've
I
never
mean,
been
I don't
depressed
know.
enough to ever think about killing myself.
That's
It's not about depression. It's about
that's
honor.
that's a dark conversation we could go
Well,
down. But yeah,
I'm
no,
not
I've definitely had
honorable
the I've had the thoughts. I've had definitely ideas of how I would have done, how I would do it, but
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I know
Certainly
exactly how. But how would you do
disemboweling
it?
myself If I had the choice, I'd probably jump off of something high.
Sick.
Like, yeah,
Tony
probably.
Scott, baby. Tony
Yeah.
Scott style.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, like probably like honestly,
RP.
Grand Canyon would be sick, or like
What?
maybe one of
It's a
famous
story.
bridges. Yeah,
It's a story.
What about you, Anthony? What's your way?
Heroin.
that's a good one.
Good way.
Easy,
way.
easy way.
Good way.
What about you?
I don't have one. I couldn't do it.
Disembowelment.
If
I couldn't do it.
If you
Self-disembowelment.
if you
You
had
got
to
to do
choose
you gotta
your
go
way to die,
across and then down. Don't forget.
I couldn't do it.
I'll slip you something.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll get you to do it, dude.
We'll
Give
get
me
you
a hot dose.
I'll give you a hot dose. I'll Michael Jackson that bitch.
Like fucking Sharon Stone, the end of Casino.
Yeah, the old Ari Shafir to Burt Kreischer.
Oh shit.
Well, he didn't give him a hot dose. Jesus.
No, he just fucking gave
Ghost
him.
him.
a dose.
Jake's over here
I wouldn't
spreading
be mad.
rumors.
I wouldn't be mad. Not like him. I mean, that situation.
Well, yeah, it was part of his family.
I mean, still. I mean, even he was. I mean, yeah. I don't know. I'm not going to speak for comedians we don't know. Great story though.
Right. Speaking of great story, going back to this guy's story,
It's a great
he
story.
starts telling the story about how basically how his family came together, how what's his name? Mitomo's Mitamo?
Shihiwa
Motomi.
Motome.
So Mitomi's
Motome.
father Harry carried himself.
Hanshirio.
And right before he did that, he's like, yo, Hanshiro, you got to take care of Mitomi now. And eventually,
His son.
Hanshiro was like, yo, Mitamo, please marry my daughter, Miho. So eventually they got married and they had a kid, a little baby. And
now,
yes.
Motome.
Yes, Mitomi.
Do you think he wanted to marry? He didn't seem like he wanted to marry.
Yeah, Mitomi was kind of a bitch. Kind of wasn't kind of a
Can
pushover.
samurais be gay? I don't know.
Maybe. He was like, I'm poor as fuck. I can't take a wife. I thought it was just because he was like,
Well, he also
kinda
said
like-
something about like his
he seemed very
social,
defeated.
his social like way of being. I don't know. Seemed
Samurais
like it
are
was-
very strict ways, man. Samurais are fucking boring. None of them want to be a samurai.
I am pick up on that. So
You don't want to be a samurai?
Nah, dude, it's too much.
No
Like,
way,
you got
dude.
too much obeying other people.
Yeah. Then you gotta kill Then you gotta kill yourself. If
Not
you
an honor.
do some
Not a fucking
honorable
honor,
shit.
dude.
And Schwartz is one of the most dishonorable people I know. So like, he would have had to have like fucking Harry carried
Oh
himself.
my God.
So think of how many times Schwartz would have had to Harry.
You listen, I didn't
Well, he
fuck
doesn't
Harry.
have enough
Listen,
hair
listen.
for a
I didn't
top
fuck
knot.
Harry Carey, but I did bang your mom.
Good one.
He
He doesn't have enough hair for a top knot, so he would have to kill himself.
I would get a fake
True,
top knot,
true,
dude. Are
true.
you kidding me? I'd be part of the gang.
rad. Could we
I'd be part of the gang.
Number one, all of their top knots were fake.
And
You could-
second of all,
you could-
you would need a fake top
on
knot
my
too, you
fucking-
bald fuck.
yeah, absolutely. On my 75-inch high definition TV, I can see the stitches or the glue in their hair holding on their top knots, which I wasn't mad at.
All caps.
Oh god, look at these fucking fools.
Yeah, it's fine.
Who?
This dude, Alan, this dude, Freddie.
All right.
Alan?
Yeah, young Alan.
Yo, oh, he's not on. You can't hear me.
He can't hear you.
If you start talking, Schwartz, mute.
And we're back.
And we're back.
Where were we? Jake?
You were talking about Matomi.
I was just asking questions. I was just
Yeah.
questioning his manhood, but we can get past that. So he
So-
did in fact marry Miho, and they had a child named
They had a child.
King Mo.
Yep.
What was his name?
Kingo.
Kingo.
So and
Great name, great name.
Hanshiro was so super stoked on having a grandkid, naturally. And but
I was so bored by this backstory. I was so bored by it.
Were you?
No, I'm not
Well,
bored by what you're saying.
The setup.
I'm bored by
That's-
what you're saying.
The setup. I'm
You're
only
pretty
bored by
bored.
what
It's
you're
all-
saying because
this-
in the movie, this part, I was just like, okay,
This
come on,
whole movie is a
I get it.
build. It's a build. It's a tragic build to this wildness. So anyway, eventually Miho gets sick. Fucking Motomi spends a bunch of money on doctors, and then eventually Kingo gets sick, and they have no money for doctors. So at this point, this is when it appears that
She had tuberculosis.
Yeah. Motomi goes off to do the thing because he thinks he can go get the money from the guys, and that's when we discover that, oh shit, Motomi took off, had Harry carry himself, even though he didn't really want to Harry carry himself. He wanted to fucking get money instead of Harry carrying himself, but they made him Harry carry himself.
So is that, we know that for a fact that he was there just to get the cash?
I mean, that was
because
sold.
I think so. I don't know if that's not really exactly.
I don't know.
It really seems so because Hanshiro tells him about that going on earlier in the movie, that Ronins are going up there threatening the Harry Carry and then just getting handouts. He tells him that, and I think he kind of puts that idea in his head, and then and then Motomi later says like, I'm gonna go, something about like the guy who the guy who has the money. I don't know what
I see it here. Motomi left one morning, say he planned to go take out a loan from a moneylender.
Yeah, so I think that was sort of his implication.
So he was planning on coming back.
Yeah, he was planning on coming back,
which means he was not gonna. Okay, so I wasn't 100% sure if that was the case. If he like really did go plan, like it didn't get across to me.
And I think that's why he did the leave thing, because or try to leave because he didn't want to kill himself, clearly. And he also like it was mentioned later that he sold his blade because he was so broke. That's like when they dropped off his body. Hanshiro mentioned like he didn't even have a blade. Like how do you do it? They're like, oh, we made him do the bamboo shit.
And that's why he's there, right? Ultimately, that's why he was there. That's why he came to seek revenge. That's it, right?
Yeah, and that's
all that for that.
Yeah, we learn. Well, there's more that happens because
I mean, he built it up. The way he got there and the top knots and shit. I mean, he had a plan.
The build up, he had to fuck with these guys because he wanted to lay it all, because he needed to tell them that he lost his entire family. Kingo eventually dies.
He's Liam Neeson in Taken. That's who this guy
got tooken.
And then when Kingo dies,
to fight wolves.
Miho offs herself, and his whole fucking family's.
Did she off herself?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if I remember. I thought she was sick.
No, she just died.
But no, Kingo dies and then she fucking kills herself. The blood splatters. Yeah. There's a big blood splatter. Yeah. It doesn't directly show it, but she.
Okay. At least, did she Harakiri herself? There's so much suicide in this movie.
Dude,
I think so.
Samurais are fucked up, dude.
This is worse than like the Old West.
So I saw Takashi Miike's film, also very, very similar, and she definitely clearly kills herself in that one. So maybe I'm kind of projecting it, but it looked like she did. It's a remake, yeah. Takashi, it's really fucking good. If you liked this, it's you would. It's
not gonna watch.
Wait, we probably should have watched that one.
Faster pace.
Why didn't we watch that one?
We should have watched
because we've done a Takashi Miike film. We did 13 Assassins.
Yeah.
You're right.
So we had to do this classic because I really loved Takashi Miike's film. So I was really stoked to watch this movie. So I was very excited. This whole movie, I was compelled the entire movie because I know how it ends up. Even though it was a slow burn, it's a build. I find the whole movie just builds in tension.
Of course, it does.
Intense movie. But I did think that I'm like, once we learned the first reveal was like 40 minutes in, I was like, I bet these guys are fucking pissed right now.
No, because
40 minutes in for like a big
pissed.
thing to happen.
I was still in. I was in until about an hour and 40, where I was just like, man, this movie probably could end pretty soon, right?
So
and then I had like 39 more minutes.
Takashi's is a little quicker paced. It's almost like the fucking same movie. There's a little bit more, couple little extra mini scenes, and then like it's a little probably faster paced. It's about the same length though. I think it's like a 2 hours and some change. Just like this one. I think it was 2:12. Not bad.
Not good.
It's no Seven Samurai.
What was that? 16 hours?
That was 3.5.
Whose choice was that?
That was mine.
Yeah. Thanks,
that was a fucking great movie, though.
That was good. This one is great as well.
Seven Samurai, is that the rapey one?
That was that rapey?
There was a girl. She's got to read the thing.
I don't think samurai movies are very rapey.
No, that was Handmaiden. Handmaiden was the one she reads porn to older guys.
Yeah, that was one of the best movies we've watched by
that
far.
One. Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Is that about samurais?
That was not. That was a Korean film about
samurais.
Completely different shit.
So that was a Chan Woo Park flick.
Yeah.
She wasn't reading the samurai. She was just reading this. fucking
She was just reading.
No, she was down there being a little
dudes.
fucking concubine.
This was way beyond. This was way past the
Wow.
samurai time, and way past that.
Way
I
past
think
the
the dude
1600s.
liked
They were still reading
samurai.
off a fucking papyrus in that movie.
It was like 1800s.
still a fucking 1,000
I don't
years
think
ago.
it was that fucking long ago.
A couple hundred years. later.
1,000. That's 100 years.
You're a
It
fucking
was like
100
it was
years.
like it was like turn of the century, I think, like 1800, 1900 era. I don't remember exactly.
Turn of the
That was a different
century is
movie.
fucking overhyped.
Yes.
Also,
So,
movies like this always make me think about how lucky we are to live in America. We don't have to go through any of this shit.
oh yeah,
We
for
just
sure.
Why
have
is
to
Japan
live.
still doing this today?
No, but like still though, in America this wasn't happening at this time.
Still-
Even
still
in
feudal.
America they weren't doing this.
There's still Ronins walking around.
30s. It wasn't cool. It wasn't fun to live in America.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But yeah,
Dude,
like you're
there was
saying,
no
it's
America.
nice. It's nice to
It's
in
nice to be able to
1630s.
live instead of.
I mean,
fucking
there
have to
was
survive.
no America proper, but there was people here.
Yeah,
There was peeps. Wouldn't want to be hanging out with them. Not with my skin tone.
yeah.
I don't
You'd
have
be-
hair to
or
scalp.
you-
They'd
or
be
you'd
taking
be-
my beard off my face.
Yeah,
That'd be
would,
insane.
they
worse.
would wear your face as a fucking like decoration after they skinned you.
Fuck, I would do that though.
Yeah, me too.
I would do that.
I just
An-
saw this movie
an
called
Anthony face.
Antlers.
Ugh.
I saw this movie called Antlers today.
Antlers.
No, it wasn't that bad. It was pretty cool. And the guy wore the thing as a face. That was pretty sick.
Doesn't he do that
That was
in
a cool
Way to
movie.
spoil the ending, but
Devil's
Yeah.
Rejects? That happens.
I was
Again.
watching that movie.
that was kind of a bad movie.
No, it
Devil's
wasn't that
Rejects?
bad.
No, the movie called Antlers. It wasn't very good.
I
was
see it.
fun.
Is it? What's it about?
The
It should have been a Jersey Devil movie, honestly.
Kind of, yeah. It was essentially the Oregon Jersey Devil. There's
It
a
basically
thing in
was.
Oregon. Yeah, they'll call the Wendigo. It's kind of about that and how there's like a family that's like affected by it in a weird way, and like it's kind of
The
about like,
little kid was fucking crazy. That whole little kid story. That was
Yeah.
like super
Sounds like you
believable.
love
and
this
fucked
movie,
up.
Jake.
It wasn't that good. Carrie Fisher was in it.
Carrie
What?
Fisher.
She's not good.
What? No, not Carrie Fisher. Carrie Russell. I'm sorry. My bad.
I don't know who Carrie Russell is. I know who Carrie Fisher is. Was.
Carrie Russell. Felicity.
Talk about hot doses. Didn't she take a hot dose, or did she just die of fucking cocaine?
No, she died in episode 8 when she went flying into space. Remember?
She
came
didn't
back.
die. She came back, bitch. You never seen that movie?
Yeah, that was terrible. I forgot about that.
She had
Tried
ice
to block it
crystals
out.
on her face.
That was so dumb.
Did she at least die in 9? I don't even remember 9.
She's
No, she died in 8.
She died
No,
in
she
8?
no, actually she.
Came
I don't
back.
know when she
no,
died.
she never died. She never
Never died.
dies.
Yeah, they made it like she didn't die. Right?
She doesn't die.
Great.
You know what they could have done? Just had her die in that explosion.
It would have been great.
Right? Save a lot of money in CGI. You know what I'm saying?
Apparently, they shot that before she died.
I guess. Whatever.
I just don't know how should they. Never mind. I was gonna make a stupid joke. Just not gonna work. Anyway, so we're at Miho dies.
Miho dies. The baby dies. Everyone's dead.
Great. End of movie.
Yes.
Roll credits. That was fun.
Could
Good
have been the
podcast,
end,
So this
boys.
guy eventually reveals the shit, and then they come back, and he reveals that like, oh yeah, you know those fucking dudes I requested? I got their top knots, and starts throwing out top knots, and they're like,
Dude, when he
Let's
started
just
tossing
open get the
them, I was
top
like,
knots.
oh
From
shit.
that point
Scalp
on,
them motherfuckers.
The first time, yeah, well, the first scout or the first top knot he threw down, and that was one of the first like epic pans. Maybe not one of the first, but that was like that was a part. One
it's
of
like
the
the
epic
push
pans back
into
to
the,
him.
the
push into
close up,
him.
like get it done.
Exactly. I knew shit was going down, and that's honestly like that. Like that's when the movie started getting good.
Yeah, there was like 13 minutes of like greatness.
And
The
the
last,
last
you guys like the
13
last
minutes.
20 minutes.
Yes,
I mean, I liked the first 45 the best.
Well, I
I
mean,
think. It
it
was
all-
super interesting.
I
And then it
think
just kind of got fucking boring.
I think it maybe does drag a little. I think the beginning is really interesting because you're kind of like, what the fuck's going on? Like who
Yeah.
who are these dudes? Why are they related? And then the middle I can see kind of dragging a bit, but it's all for the big like why it all went down. Like why is this such a fucking big deal to this guy? It's like a fucking dagger in the heart when like everyone is just like suddenly like when the baby like of course when the baby dies it's tragic. Baby death is
Yeah.
always tragic.
they're gonna have a baby death.
And then the
that's
fucking
pandering.
And
And who's not going to be angry at a baby death? You know, who's not
Yeah.
going to who's other than Schwartz, whose heartstrings aren't tugged for this baby death?
I hate babies, man. Kill
That's
them
what
all.
I'm saying. That's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
exactly.
You were probably jerking off at this point.
I was like, oh yeah, kill that baby.
Oh my God. I got a great dead baby joke. You want to hear it?
Yeah. That's fucked up.
That is fucked up.
You should delete that from this podcast.
Gotta be you. 1 hour and 52 seconds in. Cut that out. I got another one for the end, but let's keep going.
All right.
What was the suit of armor in the samurai temple? Also, why were they talking about castles all the time and like castle repair?
Castle repair.
Yeah, he's like, when
they
the
talking about they were
repair-
like a dojo.
I know. That's why I was like, well, what are they talking about? This castle repair dude? Like, who is this guy? You guys don't remember that? All right.
Castle repair. I know
Castle repair,
the
man.
suit of armor was like a sacred suit of armor. That was like their battle attire, and because it was like essentially like retired or something like that was just sort of like sacred.
Was it like a
piece to
suit?
them.
Was it like the founding father armor?
Not exactly sure whose it was exactly, but I know that was like just what they wore to battle.
Is this like
I think it
Mulan?
was just sacred. It was kind of like a flag in a way.
It's like Mulan.
It was like a
Fa Mulan.
So I don't know. That's what it was. And
Mulan was a samurai, right?
I don't know. I never saw it.
No, she was like a princess that became a warrior of some sort.
You never saw Mulan? Wasn't a princess. She
No,
was.
I
I've
never
never
saw
seen
Mulan.
Mulan.
Neither of you have seen Mulan?
Never done did seen it.
No.
Oh my God. Well, that's then I'll tell you. Mulan is a samurai. Her dad was a samurai.
She's a samurai?
You've never seen Mulan?
How did she become a samurai? Isn't she born of samurai descent?
Hold on. It's
Isn't-
Chinese.
I was gonna say, isn't
So
Mulan
it's
Chinese?
not samurai, but it's like, I don't know, whatever their equivalent to samurai. They're like 1500 warriors or whatever. Because it is. It's on
What were
the,
they called?
they're defending the, I don't know. I could look it up. Mulan. You've never seen Mulan? It is. I'm an
What,
idiot
the
for
cartoon.
Isn't Eddie Murphy play
they-
Mushu in Mulan?
Did they do
what
a,
the cartoon's
did they do
way
a
better
live
than the-
action?
Yeah, actually, I haven't seen the live action, so I couldn't tell you
Little
if it was
dragon?
better or not. But yes, Eddie Murphy is the dragon, Mushu. Oh man, it's so good.
Have you seen Shang-Chi?
No,
Spoiler: that's got a dragon. It's fucking sweet.
well, Eddie Murphy's dragon, Mushu's kind of a little. He's like a lizard. He's not a lizard because he doesn't do that tongue thing.
No?
You got to see the movie. I can't believe
Alright,
you guys have never seen Mulan.
Did you look
Sorry.
up what they're called?
Mulan. I mean, I'm here. Let's see.
Just type
She
in
was just.
Chinese
pa-
word
It was. It
or
was the.
Chinese
She was a part of
mercenaries.
the Imperial Chinese Army. So her
Imperial Chinese
the
Army.
the Mongolians is that, or the Huns, the Huts, Jabba is trying to get the
The
wall.
Jabbas.
They're coming at the wall. Jabba the Hutt is coming at the wall, and the armies are being conscripted. The men are being conscripted into the army. They're being brought in because they need to defend the wall in the Imperial Chinese Army. Her father is too old. He's just a fucking old guy, and he has no son. So he's gonna go fight. But the day before, he dresses up in his what looks like a fucking samurai outfit. She dresses up into the samurai outfit, and she fucking books it because she's not gonna let her dad go die for her family. She's gonna go do it. She takes it upon herself, and chaos ensues. I can't believe you've never seen this movie. Are you guys not Disney fans? Is that the thing?
By that time, I was pretty much done with it. I think for a while because I was watching other shit like
Yeah, when did that come out?
Scorsese shit. By then, it was like mid 2000s,
Mulan
right?
is 1998, so
Oh.
we were 10
Hmm,
ish.
yeah, I don't know.
I was
guess
10.
Probably
Jake
not
was like-
around.
Jake was
probably not around
31.
that time. Yeah.
I can't believe you guys
Oh,
never
probably
seen
not around
Mulan.
that
I
time.
mean, I don't know why it's baffles me. It's just because I'm a huge like Disney fan.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like kind of whatever on Disney. Like, I don't
What?
dislike Disney, but I'm not like I don't go see every Disney thing that there is.
It's great. I recommend it. Watch Mulan. It's great. It's like one of the OG women empowerment things. You know, she goes and kills fucking Attila the Hun.
Sweet.
Brutal. It's a brutal movie too.
Alright.
Anyway, Shoguns.
Shoguns. So
Uh,
the guys, they're dead. They're not dead. they got their head the top knots chopped off. Other than one guy, the guy who's been missing.
So we're at the twist. We're at the Shyamalan twist.
Yeah, we're at the second Shyamalan.
Second twist. I gotta pee.
Shyamalan 2. And yeah, it's then that comes. We basically lead up to the fucking the first like standoff, like the one-on-one standoff. Are you both leaving? Schwartz, where the fuck are you going? All right, here we go. They both left, but I'll keep talking. So we're at this this scene where there is a standoff, classic duel, a one-on-one samurai battle. This is probably my favorite part when it comes to cinematography. Like the clouds are super rad. The whole landscape is really good. Like just this tense build between these two samurais. And it's great. And as that goes, we learn that he also took the top knots of these other guys, kind of snuck up on him, which is somewhat shows that like these guys aren't as good as they seem. And I think he's kind of there to prove it, that these like the whole samurai guys are like just not what they prove to be. They're not honorable. They're not good fighters. They're not good soldiers. No one's really honorable here. No one's really good. Schwartz, you're back. Anthony, also back.
Did you both leave? Did you leave too?
Schwartz also left. As I was talking, he just gets up and walks away, and leaving me by
I had
myself.
my drink.
Well, you could have waited till.
Sorry, I left abruptly too, but I thought there was going to be two of you.
So I talked about the
what did you talk about by yourself? You want to just repeat it with people?
Yeah. No, that's fine. I was talking about the duel, the standoff between the two guys.
The first one.
The first one that I thought it was like epic 6 cinematography, and then I got to the part I was just sort of talking about how I think him stealing the top knots says something that like these guys aren't as good as they seem. Like they're not samurais. They could have defended themselves and taken this guy down, but instead they're just these pussies that now they're hiding out because they don't have top knots, and that's some sort of sign of honor.
It is. So like that's the top knot is like he said that having your top knot removed may as well be cutting your head off.
Yeah. So like,
another fucking thing they got to
disgracing this whole thing. He's disgracing all these guys.
Schwartz hates rules.
Yeah,
I do.
And Schwartz is all about anti-samurai too.
Anti-Semite? That's rude. His last name is Schwartz.
Well, just assuming.
He's just mad because he can't have a top knot. I get it.
No, dude. Yeah. I would just be mad because I got to adhere by all these fucking rules and regulations. And then, like, I want to go there and I want to hand out and they tell me to fucking kill myself. I'd be like, damn, these guys really suck.
Well, you're trying to scam them.
You did go in saying you're going to kill yourself. They're like, all right. They just call you on your bluff.
I know, but no one should call people on that. That's serious.
No one should call people on their bluffs.
No, not when it comes to suicide.
Well, what do you...
The guy was lying to them. So, like, no one's really honorable here necessarily.
The movie's about honor, man. The reason why this guy went on a kill crazy rampage was for defend his family's honor.
And I think that's a fun twist too.
That fucked up kid's murder.
I think that second Shyamalan, we kind of quickly realized, like, oh fuck, this is a revenge movie. Like, we don't realize this is a revenge movie until it becomes a fucking revenge movie. Shyamalan.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good old fashioned fucking dusk till dawn twist. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, big time.
Never saw that coming.
Who cares?
The samurai movie turned into a samurai movie.
No, the samurai movie just finally had a battle in it for the past 2 hours. We've been waiting for this last 13 minutes.
This was a very unique way to tell a samurai movie, though.
It was.
I feel like of all the samurai movies, this one had an interesting approach of that. Like, it wasn't just going to be a thing where people battled and you saw things. It was about like a time in Japan and it was almost like the Great Depression kind of thing. You know what I mean? They were over there fucking trying to do what they had to do, and it was just a thing back then. And it's almost like a cultural thing. So I feel like this was a movie that had to be made about something important, and it was made in such a different and like delicate way. It almost was like an anti-samurai movie of sorts.
Very much so.
It was like a courtroom fucking movie about people talking about being samurais and the code of honor and shit. You know,
it was different. It was discussing the hypocrisies in that, and I'm sure there's a lot of allegory and I'm sure there's a lot of parallels to whatever was happening in post World War II Japan.
Right.
But it was just about hypocrisies, and like what you were saying to the top knots, how they should have killed themselves, but no, they're just in hiding. Like if you get your top knot cut off, you got to commit harakiri.
Yeah, but they don't.
But they don't. They just cower away until their top knots grow back.
Yeah.
And then in the end, I think he doesn't the counselor command them all to kill themselves after that?
I think so. Yeah. And then he says everyone died of illness. Like once.
That's right. That's right.
We get to the other battle essentially is when this guy Hanshiro basically fights all the samurais in this dojo and all the counselors. He basically fucks up as many people as he can. Yeah, and he even tells them in the beginning, he's like, if you try to kill me right now, like I'll fight back with all my might, and like I will probably die, but I'm gonna take people down with me.
Yeah,
like regardless, and that's exactly what he did.
You're gonna get hurt.
And I thought it was interesting too because he eventually got to the armor after all this melee of a battle, and they stopped because they didn't want to like hurt this armor, and then instead like he could have hid behind the armor when like that firing squad came in, but he just fucking threw the armor down, and then he offed himself. He didn't want them,
and then he did the Sukura, or whatever.
Yeah, because he wouldn't let them do it. He didn't want to give them the honor, and that was another thing. Like they were about to
himself, which is the most honorable way to go, according to their thing.
And they were about to bring in firearms, which I believe is against samurais as well. I don't think samurais.
They did. They brought in 3 guns.
Yeah, so like that was another. It's just like all these hypocrisies, and like he was basically there to point them all out. And I thought that was really cool because like it was just that it was like almost like a modern, what we would have today as like a modern anti-war film. It's like this was like an anti-samurai film. This showed the flaws in that society, and I thought that was just interesting.
Tsugumo went in under false pretenses, to which they considered him dishonorable. And by the end of the movie, he shows us that I mean,
he was the most honorable one.
At this point, at that point, he was the most honorable one. But if you want to call me dishonorable, you gotta look in a goddamn mirror.
Exactly. He showed them what was up. He showed them all their flaws, and it's like now it's me. Now I'm out. And then we get to that final scene where that main counselor guy's like, I guess he had them all the guys that were like got hurt or whatever. Like he's had them carry themselves, and he's just like everyone died of illness.
Yeah.
And then like he just made
some bitch shit right there.
He killed 4 guys in the final battle. He murked 4 dudes, majorly wounded 8 more, and then so and he said those 4 died of illness. He commanded them to kill the top knot removees. He commanded them to also die of illness, quote unquote. And then he said that. So I mean, who wins in the end here? Who won in the end?
It was all lies, and like I think that's what like it's interesting. That's just like good commentary. I think just it's all bullshit, really. All these societal things and whatever. Like what's real?
Fuck
what's
samurai
not.
and their ways.
Yep.
That's
Schwartz mostly says that because he doesn't support the troops.
No, it's because that's what this movie is about.
Yeah,
it's like when we watched the Kubrick movie about the fucking French army that assassinated 3 dudes to prove a point.
Exactly, it's similar to that. It's very similar to that movie. Have you guys seen Rashomon?
Yeah,
it's another Kurosawa movie, and that's an interesting one too because that wasn't really a samurai movie, but there were samurais in it, the characters, and this was sort of similar. Like it was about things that happened and like there's their depiction and like their story about what happened. There was like it was very similar to The Last Duel, where there was like someone who was sexually assaulted and it showed different viewpoints of the story.
You fucking love that movie.
The Last Duel was fucking rad. I love that movie. I did love that movie. That was probably my favorite movie of the year, easily, so far. And so I just like the way these stories unfolded, and I think they're well told. And it's interesting because the Rashomon was co-written by the same guy who wrote this movie, who wrote HARAKIRI. I forgot his name. I think his name was like Kobayashi or something.
Kobayashi was the director. Screenplay by Shinobu Hashimoto.
Hashimoto, yes. So he. God,
I love Japanese names.
Yeah, they're pretty dope.
I like I can just never remember them. He co-wrote most of Kurosawa's movies, like a lot of Kurosawa movies he co-wrote, which I found interesting. But this guy
Well,
seemed to have like a big
the
stamp
writing's
on the-
there. The writing's
Yeah.
solid. The writing's probably the best part of this movie.
Definitely.
It's
Cinematography is
just
pretty
fucking
amazing.
so like
I love the
I
cinematography.
get it. I get the writing. I get the slow burn. I get the build. I get the tension. It's just fucking took forever. I didn't hate it. I liked the movie. I did like the movie.
Sure.
Just
it was
took
a
forever.
slow burn for sure. And I
Slow
felt
burn.
that this round, Takashi, I think if you like this movie and like the storytelling, give Takashi Miike's film a shot too, because it's dope. It's like
Watch that.
It's definitely more on the violent side, a little faster paced. So
Let's be honest, if you're gonna watch a Takashi Miike movie, you should watch Ichi the Killer. That's just fucking crazy.
there's other ones that I like by Takashi
They're all great.
Miike.
I'm a
They're
big
all
fan
good,
of his movies.
Audition's dope. Honestly think Harakiri was like one of my favorite ones. Another good, I know we did 13 Assassins. Another good one is Blade of the Immortal. That's a really good samurai movie. That's like a more of a fun cartoonish samurai movie because I think it's based on like a graphic novel. That was another Takashi Miike one. But I need to watch more of some more Kobayashi movies because this guy, I liked his shit. I know a lot of big parts were the writing, but I really like this fucking movie.
What? Oh, it looks like he's made a lot of movies.
He did. I guess like
22 of them, I think.
a big thing that he did
Just
was
20.
like the Human Condition trilogy is like something I've read
That was
a little bit
before this,
about.
too.
That was right before that. I think I heard Samurai Rebellion's a fun one. I've heard a couple of
1967.
these. Yeah.
Oh,
But I
boy.
guess the Human Condition's like his godfathers essentially.
Hmm.
And they're fucking all super. They're all like 3.5 hours though, so it seems daunting.
Original title of Harikiri is Seppuku. The Japanese title was called Seppuku. Seppuku. Same
Maybe
shit.
just a translation thing. I don't know.
You're a translation. We can't talk about trans shit right here. Not the podcast.
Yep. This isn't Dave Chappelle, dude. We can't get away with that.
I wish I was Dave Chappelle. Give me $1 billion, please. What'd you guys think about that? You guys like the closer?
I did.
You guys want to get
I
controversial?
liked it. Not really, but I liked it.
Yeah,
I like that he just doesn't care. That's my favorite part.
He's the man.
Oh, he cares a lot. And
But he doesn't even care that for other people's opinions. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure,
I think
sure.
that whole thing was about how he does care.
kind of about that. Yeah.
Anyway, we're not going
He's
to argue.
basically telling him he doesn't care that you
was
don't
deep.
like it. You know,
There was a
He's
lot
like,
of
"Fuck
depth
you
to it."
guys.
And I liked the ride it took.
That is not
similar.
That is not. I don't think that should be taken away from. Like, fuck you guys. I don't think is what he would want taken away from his podcast or from his special.
No, probably not.
Okay, then you explain it to them.
I think he explained it very well. I think that whole thing was about how he does care. Some people just don't understand how and why he cares. I don't know.
And you can't take.
He explains it very well in his special.
Yeah, you can't take bits and pieces out of context either. Like similar to this movie, it's a very big picture sort of special. Like you got to listen to the whole thing. You can't take little parts out and be like, "Oh, okay, well then that was kind of fucked up that he said that." Like it's a big picture thing. It's a full statement type of special, which I thought was cool.
Yeah, it wasn't 3 hours long.
It wasn't, but neither was this. This was 212 or some shit.
Shut up. Might as well have
Do
been.
this for 2
It
hours.
just felt like 3 hours.
Ugh.
No, we haven't been doing this. We've been just doing this for like an hour.
Joke.
I watched that movie for about 24 hours because it took me a long time to get through it.
Same.
I watched like the beginning of it, and then I tried to watch where I left off, and I was just fucking lost. So I watched like the whole thing. I watched almost all of it. I got to like the first twist, and then I fucking fell asleep. And then today I like watched it from beginning to end, all of it. And it's fine. It's good. It's not like it lost my. I mean, there were moments in the middle, like 3/4 of the way through, where it did. Like I was lost a little bit. I was fucking dozing. I was fucking thinking about other shit. Sick of reading, but It got better. The end redeemed itself. It was a very redeeming ending. And he did what he said he was going to do. He fucking carried himself.
Yep.
Yeah.
Killed it. Killed him.
Honorable.
That was a great character.
Honorable.
Great actor too. That guy was very convincing of like his emotions and like just how the different time periods and everything. Like I thought that guy was a great actor.
Great beard too.
Sick
Great
beard. Sick beard.
Mm-hmm.
He was good.
Indeed.
Good movie.
Indeed.
Great actor. Great kisser.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty much fucking spent on this one.
Let's call it.
Oh, yeah.
It's over. We did it. Bye.
That's it. Any favorite parts, scenes? No.
The last 13 minutes.
No, I thought the first 40 minutes was pretty damn interesting. I really liked it. I was not sure what was going to happen, so that was fun.
Yeah, I was very compelled by the whole first like act.
Yes.
And then once you like realize, once he reveals the connection, and then like they do like that first like dun 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 like cut back and forth, like close to. I'm like, I got pretty stoked on that part.
It's interesting. It just maybe that's it. Maybe once you figure out kind of what he's doing there, and then he's like, all right, now I'm going to tell you the rest of the story. Like, oh, wow.
Yeah,
Cool.
It takes its time to get there, but I think it's like I think the ride is worth it. Like in the end, it's one of those like rewarding movies.
What do you think, Schwartz? You didn't say much.
Why do you say that? I said a
I
lot.
said you didn't say much. You didn't say much about this movie.
Yes, I did.
Fine.
Okay, cool. Anyway,
Cool.
good contribution. Favorite? Should we list this shit?
I did.
What other movies came out in '62?
I don't know.
Lolita.
Have we done any 62 movies? Not according to what I'm seeing.
The Longest Day. Lawrence of Arabia. Dr. No came out in '62.
We actually haven't done many movies from the 60s at all.
I don't think we have.
Oh, wait, we did Carnival of Souls. Carnival of Souls was 1962.
When was Sunset Boulevard?
1950.
It's the same. Might as well be the same thing.
The original Manchurian Candidate came out then. Also, the original Cape Fear in the 60s.
How the West Was Won.
Oh, yeah? How was it? One.
Sanjuro,
I
another
never saw it.
samurai movie. Kurosawa.
Oh, that was 62?
Yeah,
All right. Wasn't Yojimbo only like 61?
I think so.
Okay.
He was on
Maybe
a
it was
roll.
a 59. That's close.
So in the beginning, when the guy was like, "My name
Polanski's
is
first movie
Tsugumo,"
too, Knife in the Water.
and they call me Gummo. What is that? What is that? What is Gummo? Is Gummo a movie? And does that have to do with this?
No, I mean that is a movie. It's a Harmony Korine movie, but it has nothing to do with this.
Yeah,
Unless
not
he
a
got it
samurai
from
movie?
this. No,
No, by no means.
no,
Just checking.
no.
Because
Interesting
what,
movie,
what,
though.
what did
Be a
he
good one
say
to
in the
watch for this
beginning? He was
podcast.
like, my name is Tsukumo, and I am known like around the realm as Gummo or something like that. I can't remember exactly what he said.
I don't even remember. Something like
God
that, though.
damn it!
I forgot.
You guys watched this movie, right?
I did. That was like the first part, and then 2 hours went by
Yeah,
with a bunch of other shit that happened. I've been calling him Han Shrew this whole time. I didn't even freaking remember his name was Gummo. Gummo.
Tsugumo.
Gummo. I mean, that's, his other name.
Yeah, I don't know.
Name,
Tsukumo
surname.
Hachiro.
Yeah.
Good, great, fucking awesome. Thanks, fucking Kobayashi.
Good, great, grand, wonderful.
Good, great, grand, wonderful. Is Kobayashi the test that they take in Star Trek?
I don't know.
Dear Google.
Maybe.
The Kobayashi Maru is a training exercise in the fictional Star Trek in universe designed to test the character of Starfleet Academy cadets in a no-win scenario. The Kobayashi Maru. Boom. Dropping knowledge. You're welcome. Write that down. Tell your friends. Connection. You guys never seen Star Trek? Or?
I'm not a big Star Trek guy.
I've dabbled, not too
Boy.
deep. It's weird. The original
Seen
series is
Mulan?
really weird.
Haven't seen fucking
I've seen a
Star
lot of
Trek?
the original series. That's about it.
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
one
that counts.
with
Is that what you're
Shatner.
referencing? Yeah.
that's the
Yeah, with,
Kobayashi
William
Maru,
Shatner.
Mr. Shatner as JTK. He did the Kobayashi Maru.
Okay. That was a fucking weird show. It's a good show though.
Oh, so you do love it.
I've seen episodes. Justin was really into it, and he was like binging it, and I would randomly watch it with him. A good handful. A good.
Can you
a
go
good
grab
few
Justin
handfuls
so
of-
we could talk about Star Trek a little bit?
He's not home.
All right, never mind. Cancel that.
All right.
Anything else?
Rank 'em?
Schwartz, you don't want
No.
anything? You want to talk?
Schwartz does not
I
want
mean,
to talk.
Schwartz, you quit?
That's not true. I'm saying
He doesn't
I
want to
said
say
what I had to say.
anything.
You don't like this movie?
it was okay. I mean, I think for a movie to watch one time, it's definitely be worth it. But it wasn't something we had to watch. I don't know when Jake made us watch it.
Because it was an incredible movie.
Yeah,
Incredibly
why?
well told movie. And
Tell
it's a
us
classic
why.
movie.
Tell us why you made us watch this movie. And if
For
it's
one-
just you repeating yourself, that's fine.
For one, it's a classic. It's very it's held high amongst critics and film buffs alike. If you look into it, it's got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, which I think is very notable. And I'm a tomatoes guy. I don't know. So other people, people debate that.
Yeah, I think Rotten Tomatoes is pretty accurate. 100 audience score or 100 thermometer?
100 critical score.
critic
100
score?
critical. I think the audience score is like 85 or something like that.
That's what
Which
I
is
go
still
by.
good, I think. Yeah. I think some people are fucking stupid.
Yeah. Some fucking,
And it's what is it like 8.7 or 8.6 in the IMDb? So it's up there.
it's
And it's
97 audience score. 97.
Oh wow, so
That's pretty good.
That's fucking good. That's
That's
really
pretty
I
good.
mean, the movie's
100% in the 97.
The
Yeah,
movie's
it's
heavy.
very.
It's about a
very
time.
heavy.
It's about a time in the past that like not a lot of people know about unless you were like a
Right.
Japanese descent. I'm sure you know what I mean. Like I didn't know anything about like samurais going to look for like handouts because they were in like tough times. But I guess
Yeah,
every civilization or every people go through that time. Go
sure.
through times like
it's
that.
it's interesting. It's an interesting take on the samurai tale because most of the
Yeah,
samurai
maybe
movies
it-
I've
maybe
seen
it's also just made up.
are like,
Maybe.
oh, badass samurais, and they're just doing badass samurai shit, which is fine. They're fun, but I thought that this was like
I just
a
want to do
different
samurai
take.
shit with my samurai friends.
Yeah, exactly. But this was a whole new take on it, which I really appreciated. And this was like had a lot more nuances about like I said before about like government shit and about like poverty and like how society, and all that stuff.
Yeah, this is like the
So-
Matrix of 1962.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think there was even like relations to like our last movie, V for Vendetta. Like there was certain elements of control that like these
Oh.
higher ruling classes had. Like not that I thought this was leaps and bounds a better movie than
Yeah, I'm
fucking-
putting this above V for
Of course.
Vendetta for sure.
Yeah,
way
the
above
movie
it.
was
But I just
doo-doo.
I even saw little parallels here and there with lots of things, and like I think lots of other movies, like we said earlier, Kill Bill, I think took from this, and some other probably Tarantino stuff, and.
Yeah, a little
I
bit.
thought this was a very, very influential movie, and then again, the story was very, very good. I really liked the structure of the story. I thought it was really cool. The slow reveals as we went along, more and more crazy shit happened, and we found out more and more crazy shit. Like it seemed like almost simple at first that this guy's just there because he lost his son, or he lost his son-in-law, and like we thought that at first, but like why? But then really it was like, oh, this is a fucking revenge thing. Oh wow. And then just as it goes, it just became better and better as it went along, in my opinion.
Yeah,
And like
the end was better than
Yeah.
everything else.
maybe the bookends were the best. I think the beginning was really good, but the end was
Yeah.
like fucking killer because we like once we learn,
we finally
shit
get to
we
see him
learned.
fight too.
and then
Now we're
then
just
we
repeating
finally see him
ourselves.
fight. Exactly. Finally see him fight at the
You're
end.
not
The
talking
showdowns
at all,
finally
Schwartz.
happened.
I
The
don't know why you
samurai
keep
shit
saying that.
finally
I've
happened.
given gems.
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 I don't know.
Name 3
Gems.
gems.
Yeah,
Uh,
gems.
Repeat those
opals.
3 gems.
I like the beginning. There's one gem.
Oh man, you guys are funny.
So if you guys are watching this, you got definitely watch the beginning of the movie, and if you like it, cool. Keep watching.
I've said a million times. It's a story about samurais that don't usually get told. It's things you wouldn't recognized from a samurai movie. Like that's why this movie's good.
Anti-Sammy
movie.
Sammy.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like it's a fucking like historical type of epic type of movie. So there's gonna be boring ass parts.
If
but the way
Kubrick
it's
made a
told by the guy
samurai
telling the
movie,
story-
this would be it.
sure,
Yeah.
maybe yeah. I guess
This
it's a
had
good
this had more depth to probably any other samurai movie I've seen.
yeah.
This is like the Shining of samurai movies.
You think the big cat will watch this movie?
Every now and then I'll fall asleep,
Maybe.
but I'll wake up and I'll be like, all right, I'll continue watching.
Shout out to the big cat, by the way. Shout out to Reed, naturally. Whoever else.
Danny and
That's what I
T.
got right now. D&T.
Shout out to Jake's
DT.
mom. I'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Wow.
MD.
Wow.
Sharon. What else?
Sharon. Oh yeah, what's up, Sharon?
Reed's mom.
His
I
mom's
mean,
name's Sharon.
Yeah.
How do you know his mom's name?
Don't worry about it. We
I
know.
things.
Don't tell
You guys
Reed.
bang Reed's mom?
I know. I
Can't say
know
shit like
things,
that.
And I
Reed
won't
listens
say,
to
I
this.
won't
Really?
say any more
Is it
than
true?
Reed's mom is named.
Then he'll never know.
Reed's mom is named Sharon. Is a
That's
fact.
true. That's a fact.
He shook his head once.
Who?
Anyway,
Did I shake my head?
Great movie. Watch it. Don't watch it. Whatever.
watch it and rank it. Where
Yeah,
are you
I'm
gonna put
ranking
it?
this bitch.
Son of a bitch.
56.
56.
Yeah,
You
great.
should be ashamed of yourself.
No, dude, that's just where it goes.
Did you even look at your list?
I looked at it.
56. You're putting a 56, one spot above Cannibal Holocaust. Wow, God bless you.
Yeah,
God
this was a little bit
bless you.
better than that.
Way better.
63 for me.
Are you serious?
Did I make you
Jake's like,
sad,
"And
Jake?
My new number one. My new
I'm
number
so
one is
sad.
Curry.
You liked Carnival of Souls more than this?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I hate you guys.
Don't hate,
Wait
dude.
till the next pick. You guys
The
are
movie's
gonna love
good.
it.
What is it? A 4-hour fucking
No,
Western?
I don't think it's. I don't think. No, I would not put us through that after this. It's only an hour and 48 minutes, and it's not. It's not anything like that.
What is it? Schwartz, tell us.
It's called Titan, Titane. It came out this year. It's the French film that won the Palme d'Or. It's
Who
made by
directed
a
that?
female director named Julia Dachau or something her name is.
Have you
She made a
watched
movie
it
called.
yet?
I did. I watched it twice. She made a movie called Raw, which came out a few years ago. That was pretty
Oh, that was
interesting.
terrible.
Oh my!
boy.
What?
Mostly,
was
probably
awesome.
because it was like about eating meat, and I'm a fucking vegan, and it was
Yeah, that's probably why you hated it.
disgusting.
That's probably why it was
Yeah.
about a cannibal girl. It was pretty great. But this movie's insane. This is a fucking wild movie, and you guys are gonna love it. It's on Amazon to rent for like
I was
$4 or
gonna-
$5
oh,
bucks.
you were gonna pick a net.
$45?
Like that.
You thought I was gonna pick what?
A net for a second. I
A
don't know why.
net?
A net is another French movie by like Leos Karolsk, and it's like Adam Driver's in it, and it's just a super fucking weird musical that I've
No,
only
I'm
seen
not
like
gonna.
some
I'm
of.
not gonna pick a musical. Ever.
Why'd you guess that's what he was gonna pick?
Because he says another French movie, and it was new.
Yeah, this is a pretty wild movie. It's like a sci-fi. Like it's almost like a David
Okay.
Cronenberg type of movie.
I did read something about it, and I was interested. So
Yeah.
cool. Titan.
Yes.
Titan.
How's it pronounced?
Yeah, it's like Titan.
That's right.
Cool. We'll
I
watch
know
that
nothing
next
about it.
week. Oh yeah. So I never said it. 16 assholes.
No way.
16 is where I'm putting it. Yep.
Delete the
16.
list.
What is this?
I-
Golf
I
rules?
fucking yeah, dude. I love this movie. I'm keeping it high, going high. 16.
At least somebody is.
Below
of-
Prisoners. So Prisoners is better than this movie according to
Prisoners was my like
you.
cutoff.
Take
right
Shelter?
there.
You're saying Take Shelter is not as good as this movie?
I think it's close.
Adaptation.
I think they're both,
mean,
like,
fucking A, dude. What are you thinking?
These I fucking loved how this movie was told. I loved the
I'll give it that. It
Ma-
was a
I
clever
feel-
movie. This was a great movie, but it's
feel
one
like-
of those
watch
movies
the
you don't have to
beginning,
watch
watch
it
the
more than
end.
once.
yeah, no, I loved the whole thing. I loved it all. It was all great.
What was
And
your favorite part?
I will maybe admit that I may be a little skewed by like the fact that I went into it really excited because I also saw the Takashi Miike one. It's fucking great. So like I think that also like I'm taking two great movies and like smashing them together. And my goodness, maybe I'm a little skewed, but I loved it. Loved them both.
Mhm.
Sure. Watch it, don't watch it, whatever.
yeah.
Disagree.
Watch Titan.
Titan.
By
Titan.
whom? Who's the director?
Julia
Julia Gulia.
Your name is Julia Gulia?
Sick. See you later, big cat.